system. Daniel, is that a good idea? Is that going to fix the housing woes of this country?
Well, it's a brilliant idea, but the way to do it is to cut stamp duty back to where it was before George Osborne put it up, so that it's a very modest levy. It was a very modest levy on a transaction in a house, and it was the same percentage on the value of the house, however big it was. And he whacked it up so that on the bigger houses, you can be paying as much as 12% nearly on a big house. Now, who is going to do that unless you're actually dead, unless you actually have no choice about moving? They're taking you out in a coffin. Who is going to volunteer to pay 12% on the value of the house to George Osborne or his successors as a result of doing that? So, of course, people don't sell the big houses, they don't downsize. People can't move up. Developers who might turn big houses into a number of flats don't get hold of them, and so it is having real damage on the market. But the way to fix it is to cut it back to where it was before, not to have another government steer fiddling with the tax system, making it more complicated, to encourage some people to sell but penalise others, all this nonsense. Simplifying the taxes, getting back to where we were before, that's what needs to be done with stamp duty.
Do you agree, Kevin?
I don't totally agree, and I'll tell you why. Stamp duty... I mean, if the end effect of any reform is that the government receives more receipts than it currently does, then that will be great. So which
no,
this
it isn't.
Too much. If I could just finish, because my view is different to yours, Daniel. I think the more money we raise for public services and make this country great again, the better. Stamp duty is roughly £14 billion a year when I last looked, and the challenge with Kirsty Allsop's proposals is that 52% of all property transactions relate to properties worth less than £250,000. So the actual number of people living in these big houses, I'm not sure it will do the job. I think the bigger challenge is that governments of all political colours have successively failed to build on the scale that we need as a nation, and that's more interesting. If that could be cracked, then that will be very popular in terms of electoral results.